And they're not generating any.
We have an intro video.
Gentlemen, the way we're playing out there.
I forgot NHL 16 still had an intro video.
Not in this league. Not in any league. All that matters is what we do with these next 20 minutes.
Why don't we have these anymore?
What makes a team great? Is it talent? Or is it teamwork? Is it doing whatever it takes to win? Not for yourself.
Again.
The man next to you. That's what separates us from them. Winners from losers.
This is fucking hype.
It's been a long, hard season, but here we are. One more shot. Play the next.
This is hype.
Leave the ice as champion.
I'm probably gonna get DMCA'd for the song, but that's okay. I miss the days, man, of sick intro videos. This isn't like the NHL 2000s of intro videos, but my god, this is still pretty good. Damn it. Still not as much of a lie as SmackDown. Just bring it. Nothing will ever top that. Play together, win together. Because you remember Patrick Kane and John Tavares were both going to be on the cover until they weren't. But yeah, hey, NHL 16. We're moving on to the next one, even though, of course, the servers are very much down now at this stage. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. We are, in terms of a franchise mode, I got to go over to the customize tab. It's way the hell over there. We are going to be using the last roster update that EA put out for this game, the April 21st, 2016 edition. Yeah, so that's a thing. And hello, everybody. Welcome in. Any reason for the short stream yesterday? I just had stuff to do today. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Oh, be a GM. So, we, of course, have had the trend of using the worst team in that given season. And surprise, surprise, it wasn't actually Buffalo, Arizona, or Edmonton. I can't believe it. But the team that we'll be using on NHL 16, your Toronto Maple Leafs. Before the logo change, too. This was the last year, wasn't it? Of this god-awful, trash, garbage logo that they had for so long. And I don't know why they kept this logo for so long. But they did. And that sucks. That sucks. Send a message to someone really quickly. But yeah, we're going to be using Toronto. I do want to just kind of quickly go through, obviously, the teams that are there, top teams. We're going to go through all the teams like we always do, just like NHL. What is it now? We've done 11 through 15. I'm going to be taking a look at rosters, stuff like that. And then we'll really get into the nitty-gritty after that. YouTube-wise, people will find out tomorrow, basically. That's how that'll happen. But yeah, shout out to the Canucks. The Capitals. I don't remember if you answered 2-question charity stream notes. Sports Gamer starting soon. Yes, we'll have a charity stream at the beginning of December. LOL. People on YouTube, happy February, probably. And yeah, baseball actually starts next week. It actually starts next week. It's kind of nuts. I don't know how the hell that happened. Time's flying, man. We're almost through 2023. I don't know how the hell that happened. Oh, God. They're gone, aren't they? The Coyotes are with the Springfield Falcons. I think the Pirates are gone. I'm upset. I'm really upset. I believe they're gone. Of course, there was the conversation as well. What version? Were we going to do 16 or Legacy? Again, Legacy is essentially the same thing as 15. And literally just serves as a roster update. It's time we move on to this next era. Next generation. We've been dealing with very similar deals. Shout out to Taker, by the way, the 3 months. I am not your father, as far as I know. Well, technically, in terms of like the possibility of having a kid I don't know about, I mean, technically it's possible. You know? Like, if we go back and it's like, okay, when just, it's possible, actually. It is possible. Fuck. Am father? Am father. Not the large father, like Big Papi David Ortiz. But, oh, that's right. Never mind. They did switch. I totally forgot about the era of them switching to the Florida Panthers. Taker with the gifted sub, by the way, as well. That's right. The Pirates are still in this game and have their great jerseys as well. Very, very glad the Pirates are in. Very, very glad to not be using the Florida Panthers again. Oh, we're going to have to look at some AHL jerseys really quickly. Hold on. First year of the Milwaukee Admirals as well, which is great. But there are some tremendous AHL changes. Not too many of them, but the ones that did change are pretty damn impactful. But I am excited for this. Like I said, the Toronto Maple Leafs should be a fun one, but this is our initial let's poke around and see what's up. Take a look back at the game before getting into the nitty-gritty of anything franchise-related. JVR is our top player. That's a little bit scary. That's a little bit horrifying. Let me go look at some of the AHL stuff. The menu for this is kind of laggy. I'm not sure why. I'm not why. Man, the Ducks are getting pooped on tonight, by the way. So I don't think there were too many changes. Taker, another gifted sub. Thank you very much for that. Like I said, I don't think NHL-wise there were too many changes. I don't think there would have been too many crazy jerseys. Ooh. I actually didn't mind that jersey. The 2013-14 Stadium Series designs were really weird. Those were the ones with the shiny logos. Like the Rangers had them too. There were some weird ones. Ah, yes, the Yotes. I wish these were the Yotes jerseys we had on NHL 15. When these first happened, the jersey change, I'm like, oh man, these are shit. These are terrible. I do think they're better than these. Shockingly, they are better than these. Obviously, they don't hold a candle to the Kachina, but as time's gone on, I've actually started to dig those jerseys a little bit more. The 15-16 Winter Classic jersey. The Bruins got absolutely pooped on by Montreal wearing those jerseys. And again, that was the same jersey. It's on this rack. Aha! Here it is. This was the same one where infamously I ordered this off of eBay. And the same day that this bastard jersey arrived was the day Zdeno Chara left the Bruins. So that is a cursed jersey for me, to say the hold on, to say the least. Oh, okay, they had the throwback one. I made you famous on Bar Down. Yeah, it was actually Endo that helped get that freaking thing circulated, which is kind of hilarious. Were there any other Ducks jerseys? That alternate's nice. We still have that. It's on the wall back there. Beautiful. I didn't know I was going to sit here and look through jerseys, but honestly, I'm not against it. Just to see what special jerseys there were at the time. A lot of Buffalo Slug. That's about it. Calgary. They got to have that alternate. I love that alternate, man. I don't know why. My brand has always been making you look. I mean, I look like the greatest FIFA player on earth when we play pro clubs together. So, fair. God, these Carolina jerseys were weird. Still love that alternate, though. Whaler jerseys. Chicago, 2014-15 Winter Classic. They didn't do anything. Stadium Series. Again, the weird, shiny. Jesus Christ, how many freaking outdoor jerseys do the Hawks have in this game? Christ alive. How many do you need? I've still used that alternate to this day. 15-16 Stadium Series. There's a lot of alternate jerseys in this game. Fair play. CBJ? Will there be a preview? Baseball fan, potentially, hopefully, possibly. We'll see if time permits it. But hopefully. Let's see, Dallas. Did they have a Stadium Series jersey at the time? No, they didn't. A lot of Seals jersey, stuff like that. Again, still the best jersey the Red Wings have ever had. Tremendous. Tremendous jersey. That one's also great. Again, I had one of those, and I really wish I didn't sell it. That is such a good jersey. Edmonton. I actually didn't mind that alternate. The primary orange instead of primary blue. I really didn't hate that. Those weren't that bad. Panthers. Like Sergei Samsonov for a minute. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Mobsky, what's up? Also, top tier jersey for the Kings. The purple. Chef's kiss. I want one of those. And I had one of those and shouldn't have gotten rid of it. It was the Kopitar. That thing is a thing of beauty. But I bought a Gretzky and I'm like, oh, I technically don't need both. Fuck the Gretzky. I should have kept the Kopitar. Damn it. Minnesota still had the red Stadium Series. It's a fine enough jersey, nothing too crazy. Why did I end up doing this? We got a lot to look at. This is what happens when you load up an old game. You just start looking at everything. That's the way to do it. Alternate golden. What, the helmet? Oh, okay. That's really weird. Literally just alternate golden because the helmet was gold. That is interesting. Well, the Bruins signed Patrick Kane. I hope not. They don't need him. The Islander. A really weird Stadium Series jersey. We got the Brooklyn. We got the Brooklyn. Trash jersey, except in real life. It's actually a pretty nice jersey. I'm so glad I have one. The Rangers. 11-12 Classic. 13-14 Stadium Series. Makes sense. Ottawa. There it is. The greatest Sens jersey of all time. It's that one right there. I want one so badly. I might honestly try to track one down and be like, hey, wife, Christmas? Because these are, oh, God, they're so good. They're just so good. Beautiful. Philadelphia. Tremendous jersey. I like literally all that changes is the Winter Classic patch on the shoulder. That's awesome. Pittsburgh. Stadium Series. The cursed jersey, as people call it. Damn. San Jose. Stadium Series. That one wasn't bad either. That was a pretty good jersey set for the Stadium Series. St. Louis. Of course, we're not going to look at everything. Most jerseys will be the same. I'm more intrigued in the Stadium Series and jerseys that might be in this game that really weren't in too many others. Again, nobody ever called them the Bolts. Ever. Quit trying to make fetch happen. These are the jerseys we're going to try to win a Stanley Cup in. At least the alternate's okay. That'll be the home jersey we use. Ooh, the Big House Classic. Okay. At least there are some decent alternate jerseys that we can use because most of these Leafs jerseys are terrible. Absolutely terrible. Except for those. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Frickin' Reebok. I miss Reebok as a jersey supplier because they used cream-colored jerseys, and that off-white color is amazing for hockey jerseys. End of. Damn, the Caps had some good jerseys at the times, too. And then Winnipeg. Didn't have any alternates yet. Fair enough. Again, I'm not going to look at everybody, but AHL. Bakersfield Condors were in, I think, for the first time. They might have been in the prior year, but I think that was the first year for them. Charlotte. They never have that alternate. Grand Rapids got their logo change. Thank God. Iowa. The Milwaukee Admirals. This is still the look they have to this day. It's so good. Going from this to this was such a massive upgrade. It's insane. Yeah, the Ontario Reigns in instead of Manchester. So this was the start of the Western expansion. So this will be the last year of the Pirates in the game. Tremendous jerseys. And there it is. The God tier alts. I miss my boys so much. Oh, I miss them so much. Yeah, San Diego's in, the Barracuda. However, a big shout out to King Tut for the 31 months on the Prime. Look at the St. John's ice caps. God, that logo and color scheme is S tier. It's so good. And then their jerseys are just Habs jerseys. Such a waste of potential and a unique look by just being like, oh, jerseys will be the NHL team jerseys. Like, it's one thing if you're like the Providence Bruins. But it's like even the Marlies like put their own spin on it compared to what the Leafs were doing at the time. So I don't know. I'm not too happy about it. I don't know if there were any other like crazy changes. I'm not too worried about it. But there you go. I want to hold hands with you and stroll to the park. You'll have to ask my wife if that's okay. You're going to need permission for that, Chief. Germany? I mean, we know the German league always has fun jerseys, or at least advertisement-riddled jerseys, but that's okay. We love them anyway. The Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, goodness. Salary cap going to be on. We're going to be so bad. Aren't we? So we got waivers, which is fine. Trade difficulty on hard. We'll leave injuries on for the hell of it. Game style, hardcore, baby. Computer trades are fine. Yeah, well, that's fine. Advanced settings, turn off edit lines. Auto rotate goalie is fine. Trade offer notifications will turn off. At least until midway through the season. We don't need player morale meetings. Screw those. They've never been fleshed out enough to be fun. Even now, player morale meetings aren't fleshed out enough to be fun. Wow, game styles. Let's hope they never take it out and not elaborate as to why they did. I can't possibly see how or why they would ever do that. They couldn't possibly. Anyway, yeah. NHL 16. Look at that. Locker room chemistry. Player meetings. Thank God it's in dark mode at least. But we have a lot to look at here. We do. Was this? I think this was the time, though. Let's look at Tyler Bozak. Yeah, this was the time where you could change player type and position. They don't let you do that anymore for some dumb reason. At least within franchise. No idea why they don't let you do that, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see. What else do we want to change here? Drop penalties a little bit. Hybrid icing. Everything there's looking okay. Gameplay settings, we're cranking up those attribute effects and turning down the injury occurrence. It's because I don't want to deal with it. But these games are very, very much built to have frickin' injuries built into franchise mode. So it is what it is. We'll look at our team last. Let's look around the league. Why not? Free agent list. First and foremost, Alex Semin, Eric Cole, Stephen Weiss. I mean, kind of the typical setup of dudes you'd see on a free agent list. Also, we have $300K worth of cap space. And Andre Kasha, Renat Valiev are free agents. Well, we might have to see if we have enough space to pull off one of those deals because, yeah, Christ. Goalies, Mark Dukanich, LeBarber, Eddie Pascale, nothing too crazy. John Gillies is a free agent for some reason. Sure. Why not, EA? Why not? Just have John Gillies randomly be a free agent. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I want to look at other teams and see what they look like. Valiev's supposed to be on Toronto. You know, when you do the whole, hey, here's, fixing the contracts and all that stuff, yeah, it just dumps people into free agency. So it's a fun time. It's a fun time. Let's take a look at some of the other teams around the league, kind of see what the outlook of the league is. So you have the Ducks with John Gibson, Freddie Anderson. Dude, Tokarski had an 83. I know this was around the time that the Habs made the conference final, but Jesus. They love ridiculous goalie ratings, don't they? Shea Theodore is the most valuable defenseman. Fowler, Lindholm. Imagine Hampus Lindholm not being a medium elite. My goodness. Simone Dupre. Obviously, we're not going to name everybody here. All right, we got a forward. Corey Perry, 92 overall. Stefan Nason had potential at the time. Silverberg rocking an 83. Got the Ryan Garbutt. Carnage! Thank you for the 4 months on the primer, and thank you in general. How the heck are you? Got the low elite Nick Ritchie. Nick Cardiles, RIP. Goodness. Yeah, Getzlaf's a beast. Kessler's there. The Ducks, they didn't have a ton going on there. They were still competitive at the time, but... The Yotes! Hansel, Dylan Strome, Laurent Dauphin, Connor Bleakley. I can't wait for all three of those guys and Nick Merkley to just be great Coyotes. Didn't happen that way. Not at all. Let's see. Max Domi, Brendan Perlini, Toby Reeder. Not much love for Christian Dvorak. Damn. Tanking for Matthews. Who's to say? Who's to say? Not much love for Connor Garland either, huh? Duclair, tied for the most valuable winger on the team. Defensively, OEL, Jared Tenorti, with a very respectable trade value. Not much for Kyle Capobianco. But damn, they loved themselves some Jared Tenorti at the time. And Mike Smith. Aiden Hill. Hold on, we gotta look at Baby Hill. Medium backup. Bruins! Rowan, I haven't heard anything about it, but I'm aware of its existence, apparently. Tuukka. Medium elite Malcolm Subban. I wish. Was this the year I made Zane McIntyre a medium starter and people got mad at me? I'm not sure. Might have been the next year. We'll find out for sure. Holy Carlo. Whew. Shout out to Brandon Carlo. Looking great. Lozon, Zaboral. Ooh, those didn't age too well. Linus Arneson. What a defense. Can you believe this was around the time that the Bruins were missing the playoffs? Yeah, me either. High top six, David Pasternak and Seth Griffith. God. They gave Zach Senyshyn a terrible potential. And you know what, EA? You were right. You were right to do it. Fair play. Because that is exactly how it aged. Fair frickin' play. Wow. DeBrusk, damn good value for DeBrusk. Mariners fan, thank you for the follow. We talking Portland, Maine? We talking Seattle? What are we talking here? Shout out to Frankie Vetrano. Colton Hargrove. Not that name in a while. Kokolchev, that didn't work out. Spooner, that didn't really work out. God, there's just so many players. Every year we look at these Bruins rosters and there's so many players where it's like, wow, this just did not work out. Mariners, fair enough. Fair enough. King Felix to the Hall of Fame. I'm on board. You got Jack Eichel with a medium franchise. Zemgus Girgensons had crazy... Dude, Zemgus Girgensons is more valuable than Ryan O'Reilly. Giorgio Estefan as a 6th round pick. Methinks the Estefan family knew who put the rosters together. Because what the fuck? You can't really explain that otherwise. You really can't. Oh, Evander Kane. Yeah, Marcus Foligno got some respect at the time. All right. Right wing side. Whew, Sam Reinhart. Damn. Crazy Valley. Nick Baptiste. That didn't work out too well for him either. Boston Bruins legend Brian Gianna. No love for Victor Olofsson. None at all. They have on defense McCabe, Risto, low elite Risto. Brendan Gooley. Yeah, it was some Michael Sadow. This was still a rough time for the Sabres. Leonard Allmark. Crop of goalies isn't that bad. Leonard Allmark and Johnson is the best there. Jonas Johansson, the GOAT. Carolina, high starter Nedeljkovic for a short amount of time. That looked like it could have been true. Didn't work out too well for Callum Booth, though. Not at all. Medium elite Noah Hannafin. Low elite Justin Fall. Caden Fleury, Ryan Murphy, Roland McCow. Jesus. All those young players that actually panned out for the Hurricanes, they would have made it past the third round by now. Criminy. Sheesh. Medium 7th for Slavin, but a medium 4 for Brett Pesce. Let's see. Low elite Lindholm, Zikov, Sergei Tolchinsky. This was a pretty rough time for Carolina, too, wasn't it? Yeah, Jeff Skinner, remember when AI teams used to have more than 3 goals on a roster? That doesn't sound right. I don't think that was ever a thing. Friendly reminder that EA has always sucked at providing rosters. I'm not saying he had to have been a medium elite, but he was a second round pick. Good Lord. It's funny when it's Zach Senyshyn, but then you see Sebastian Aho and it's like, oh my God. So he won't be a factor in franchise, at least for this year. Not at all. Yikes. Let's see. CBJ. Wild Bill. Gregory Campbell as a Blue Jacket. Ugh, I don't like to think about that. No, thanks. You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say the Blue Jackets have won a Stanley Cup post NHL 16. Reichel, Milano, Bittner, Saad, Jenner. How could they not have won? What an incredible crop of talent. High elite. Oh my God. Like, I'm an Oliver Bjorkstrand truther, but Jesus Christ. Dude, he was a third round pick. No wonder why we frickin' roster edited around this time. Oh my God. They're just, they've always been so bad at this. How have they consistently been this bad at this? High elite Dylan Hetherington. This is fucking wild. We looked through my old custom roster for this. It wasn't a year that was as in-depth as others, which is why I'm not using that particular roster. But man, I can't imagine I would have left Dylan Hetherington at a high elite. Jesus. Good crop of goalies, though. Calgary. High elite Mason McDonald. I mean, he at least was a high draft pick for a goalie. But yeah, he did not pan out. Winnipeg, what's up? How goes it? Medium elite Yanni Ordio. You love to see it. Let's see. Geo, Brody, low elite Hamilton. Shillington. Medium elite Oliver Shillington. Fair enough. Fair enough. No love for Brett Kulak. Derek Englund at the bottom. Emile Poirier, he didn't really pan out. Got nothing nice to say about Emile Poirier. I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy, but hockey-wise, it didn't work out too well. Low elite Gaudreau had Shinkarik at a low 6. Morgan Klimchuk. It's Kibby in this game. He might be as a younger player, but he wasn't on the Blue Jackets at this point. So, Cody it was, yeah. Centers, Bennett, Monahan, Brett Pollock. The GOAT, Freddie Hamilton. Sheesh. Elite 1. Is that Elite 1C Derek Grant I see? The disrespect. Chicago, max trade value for the cover boy. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Left wing side, Andrew Ladd. The Panarin trade had already gone down. Tavo wasn't shipped off to Carolina yet, though. Right wing side, Kane, max value. Makes sense. Sean Hartman. Nothing too crazy. Of course, this was the team that was getting ready to get pumped by Nashville in the playoffs. Again, Ville Polka at the time, highly touted. That didn't age very well, though. Not at all. Holy defenseman. Damn. Goalies. Crawford, Darling, Mac Carruth. Colorado. Jesus. Varlamov, the value. Spencer Martin. Canucks legend. Spencer Martin. The value. Goodness. Future Toronto Maple Leaf, or at the time you're watching this, current Toronto Maple Leaf, Nikita Zadorov. Eric Johnson, Barry, Chris Bigras, high elite. Dude, they loved giving out high elite. Jesus Christ. Jesus. That is actually wild how many guys have high elite potentials. I guess you can say they've gotten better in some ways, but what the hell? High elite Grigorenko, Jerome McGinley is a member of the Avalanche. Fair enough. What the hell? I mean, Aces, that is true. The potentials, even to this day in franchise modes, can change once you load the game up. Typically, though, it's for players that are already past growth potential, and it locks them into whatever potential correlates to their overall. That's about it. So, left wing side, Landeskog, medium 9 for Rantanen. Dude, Taylor Beck? Medium elite Taylor Beck. What the fuck, AJ? No picture for AJ. What a man, though. What a man. Patrick Bordla. And centers. Nathan McKinnon and Matt Duchene. I'm sure that's going to go well. That's going to work out really well. That Avs team is still a ways away. Dallas, Sagan, Spezza. Again, I loved Cody Eakin at the time. Devin Shore. Until I gotta talk to him at some point. There was a turn of events in some of the Ishel plans, aka he's a father now. So, and had to move from Massachusetts to Alberta. So, I think he's been shorter on time than he thought he would be. Man. Let's see, right wing side, Brett Ritchie. Sheesh. Dude, some of these potentials, even at the time, they were a bit up there. Again, people were like, man, you give guys like Jacob Pelletier atomic with a random 50. Good dark mode for the back. Oh, I couldn't even read the whole thing. Jesus. It disappeared so fast. Give me a second. Yeah, they were just throwing out high potentials all willy-nilly. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The hell? Anyway, give me a second to Fucking bring up the thing that's making me log back into the dashboard. But hey, you guys can at least take a look at the thing. Good old dark mode for the background. So nice, especially instead of the bright white. We've kind of missed you showing my Sabres since I just got home from work. Atomic, thank you. Thank you. The Sabres had medium franchise Jack Eichel. Multiple times Stanley Cup winner for the Buffalo Sabres, Jack Eichel. Poor Esa Lindell. It's a 66 overall, by the way. Damn. High starter Jack Campbell. Again, some of these just aged so poorly. You got Detroit with Mrazek and Howard. Kronwall, still their best defenseman. Ville Sayarvi, that didn't age too well. I mean, in fairness, if we were to point out every player where it's like, well, that potential didn't age well, we would be here for a very, very long time. Zach Nastasuk, Teemu Pulkkinen, there's quite a few of them. Especially for this era of the Detroit Red Wings, who were desperately trying to keep the streak going. As Ken Holland buried this team's hopes and dreams for the better part of a decade to try and keep that streak going. Ridiculous. 93 Datsuk, but not much value because of his age. Got Larkin there. High elite Andreas Athanasiou. Again, there's a reason why roster editing was a consistent theme for yours truly, because holy God, at least Connor McDavid's medium franchise, though. Draisaitl's looking good, Nuge, but man, there's a lot of these that even at the time, super questionable. I wonder how many Stanley Cups the Oilers are going to win by the time we get to, like, I don't know, like 2023? Look at this core. The star power. I mean, even Nail Yakupov might not be as good as we were hoping, but I mean, come on. Edmonton, look at this defense. Look at this defense. With Captain Andrew Ference? Unbelievable. Poor Ethan Bear. Athanasiou is underrated. I would say Andreas Athanasiou is properly rated by everybody. Where it's like, yeah, he's an NHLer. Middle six option. That is properly rated. God, that group of goaltenders, though. Holy balls. And it's all right, though, because Edmonton, you know, in the future, they'll figure out their goaltending woes, and everything will be okay. It'll be great. Don't worry about it. High seventh, Mackenzie Weegar. Damn. Holy Yuri Hudler. Yager's there. But man, Yuri Hudler having that trade value. 88 overall. Christ. Lawson Krause. That's also very weird to think of Lawson Krause as a Florida Panther. Very, very weird. Huberdeau, Jokinen. Shootout God, UC Jokinen. Barkov had arrived at this point. Bjugstad, they were high on Nick Bjugstad. Rightfully so at the time. Old Dave Boland. Los Angeles. Carter, Kopitar, and their band of merry men, including Dominic Kubalik. That's weird to think about. Mike Amadio, Stanley Cup champion Mike Amadio. Milan Lucic, the LA King. That is very, very weird. High bottom six, Adrian Kempe. Somewhere Crash Andrews is punching the air. Absolutely punching the air like a prime Tyson. High top six, Spencer Watson. Oh, dude, Vinny LeCavalier as a King. This Kings roster, post those two cups. There's some weird ones. Zach Leslie, Kevin Gravel. Eric Chernak is a Kings prospect. Luke Shen. Jacob Middleton. God damn. Curtis McDermott. Some weird ones. Goalie-wise, Quick, Jonas Enroth, and Peter Budaj as Kings goaltenders. I have very little recollection of some of these moves. Medium fringe for Darcy Kemper. Kaapo Kähkönen was with the Wild already, though. Suter, Dumba, Brodin. Medium top four, Mike Riley. That's NHL All-Star Mike Riley. Let it be known. What else do we got? Niederreiter, Palmanville, and nothing else. Jarrett Stoll as a member of the Wild. Scott Sabourin in Minnesota. There's a lot of these where it's like, oh, you played on that team. I don't believe you. I would be more likely to think 98s, it was a joke. Thank you. Had to check. The joke with Mike Riley is once upon a time I rated him highly in a custom roster and people got big mad. Big mad. Even though it was course corrected, big mad. Which is okay. Montreal. Highly Galchenyuk. Charles Hudon. Medium top six for Philip Dano. Neil Pionk, elite defenseman. Hey, for a short time, he was. Don't you besmirch the great name of Neil Pionk. That'd be like besmirching the great name of Mr. De La Rose here. Lucas Lesio to Montreal. I don't remember that either. At all. Nikita Sherbak. That didn't age well. Is that Mike Brown? Hell yeah. PK. Now, the last roster update that I had done, the trade had happened, right? With PK going to Nashville. So this is the last game where PK will be on Montreal through an EA roster update. By the time we get to 17, he'll be in he'll be in pissy. I like Nashville's jerseys, but anytime I say that, everyone's like, "Oh God, no, Nashville, you!" And I'm like, "Why Nashville? Why? Why do people hate Nashville?" And Carey Price, number one, Golar. Zach Fucale, Mike McNiven. Boy, this is really the land of goaltenders who didn't really develop. And Carey Price. New Jersey. Noted Sharks legend Mackenzie Blackwood. Single-handedly trying to keep that team afloat. Damon Severson. It's weird to think that Damon Severson plays in Columbus this year. It's like you thought you didn't hear anything about Damon Severson before. Let him go to a struggling Blue Jackets team. Paul Mayer. Oh my God, this right wing side is medium top six Joe Blandisi. When that's one of the best looking players, that's not looking too good. If you make it to 24 before it gets fixed, you go back to 94. No, then we go to the 2Ks. Crash, it was good. You did well. Shout out to Bruins legend Pavel Zacha. Goodness gracious. Who do we got at center? Henrique Josefson. Blake Spears. Oh, man. And you wonder, well, actually, you probably don't, but if you wondered why the Devils were trash until they got Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier, well, there you go. Speaking of Nashville, this was the Ryan Johansson era. Or the error, depending on who you ask. Do I have the original NHL game from 91 on Sega? I do. I think. Pretty sure. I'd have to double check. That might have been the copy that wasn't working. Maybe that was 95. I don't know. I do have some physical copies of for Genesis. So, yeah, that would be the NHL PA one. Because, yeah. There were lovely times where they had the rights to put NHL PA licensed players in a video game, but you couldn't use the proper NHL teams because it was a different license. All right. Shout out to Victor Arvidsson at the high 9. The real deal. Shea Weber, boy, let me tell. Oh my God, Jack Doherty. That didn't age well. Ekholm in a low 6. Alex Carrier. 4th round pick, medium AHL top 2. Whew. Some of these aged so poorly. Like medium AHL starter UC Saros. Oh, 4th round pick. EA says, you know what? Fuck that guy. God damn. Again, this is why roster editing has been a thing, because you look at this and it just, if you're like me, it bothers the shit out of you. Oh, how the hell did Matt Finn retain a high 4? Dude, these are worse than I thought. Like, I remembered this era being bad. It's real bad. Holy God. Why are these so bad? Like, high 6 Shane Prince. Like, there's some of them where you can say at the time, okay, there's some justification. There are others where even at the time, they're egregious. Got the low elite Matt Barzal. Verhaeghe and Beauvillier down here. Islanders legend, Carter Verhaeghe. The Ranges. The Ranges. What we got on the left? Eric Stahl as a Ranger. I don't remember that at all. I'll be completely honest. I do not remember Eric Stahl as a Ranger. I remember him being in Minnesota and Montreal. I do not remember him playing for New York. They got on the right. Zuccarello. Got the Brian Gibbons. Defense. Holy McDonough. Sheesh. I mean, in fairness, Ryan McDonough at his peak was pretty damn good. Gropp, yeah, shout out to Ryan Gropp, who had a good potential in this game too. Wheels, yeah, we should be. We should be. Henrik Lundqvist, Brandon Halverson, Maine Mariners legend. Mackenzie Skapski. God damn. Ottawa. Greg Anderson, Hogberg, Trieger. Matt O'Connor, NCAA legend. Carlson, Thomas Chabot. What a time to be wearing the Brian 5 or 6 Ottawa Senators shirt. The debut of Hot Sam Bacho. You'll love to see it. Mark Borowiecki, medium 7th. Bobby Ryan, low 6, Mark Stone. Got the Matt Fratton. Crash Andrews on a roll in chat, by the way. Medium elite Mike Hoffman. What a time. And centers, Turris, low top 6, Mika Zibanejad. Gigi Pageau, Dzingel, oof. I don't believe you. I don't believe you that this was a thing. I do not. I do not believe this. Elite prospects. Scott Gomez. Well, that's a hell of a tribute. He played for the Hershey Bears? I got nothing.